go gangbusters, but at some point, and I think we're nearing the bottom now, it'll start to climb back up.
What created the change back in the 1991-92 period? Is there usually one thing or just a progression of several different things?
You had to weed, in my opinion, you had to weed through a lot of the issues back then. And we're doing that now. The mortgage crisis essentially hit in August of last year. We've been spending all this time weeding through it. Foreclosures are pretty much at the highest. At some point in time, that will start to lower down. At some point in time, they were going through it now. They're making new laws to try and help those people in those situations. The mortgage crisis will slowly start to weed itself out. Similar to the bank crisis of the 80s. Eventually, with the resolution trust, we worked through that. Eventually, we'll work through the issues of the mortgage crisis today. Eventually, it'll become more stabilized. The other thing is, you have to remember, in 1992, there was a new president. And believe it or not, you can see that when you track stock market, as I did going through college. The presidential election has a lot of influence on the economy, more so than most people realize.
What economic forces do you see affecting our local market here? You know, things such as not reinventing ourselves fast enough, or is there anything coming down from the national market that might affect what's going on here in Phoenixville?
I think the national market has already affected it. We saw that back in August, and we're having the effects of it now. And I think that we have to continue to bring new people in. Once people experience the town, at this point in time, there's so much to experience, they want to come back. Well, one funny story is I had a first-time buyer. She grew up in Hawaii. And she moved to New York for college, so she's familiar with this particular area. She literally chose Phoenixville over going back to Hawaii. In fact, she was so specific, she characterized this triangle from Bridge Street to Gay Street down to Main Street.
That sounds highly unusual.
Yes, it was so funny. She wanted to live within that area, that she could walk to everything downtown, but still be a little bit off the beaten track.
How about that?
And I think that, I mean, it's so funny that she could have lived pretty much anywhere, including how beautiful Hawaii is.
Yeah.
And she chose specifically to be in a specific region within Phoenixville itself.
Was it the sense of community that really attracted her?
The sense of community, all the bars and restaurants, the theater, the coffee house, and the parks, and everything that she could walk to by being within that particular Phoenixville triangle.
Yeah, okay. Any other funny stories or unusual occurrences in your real estate career that you'd like to tell us about? No,
it's just that it seems as big as the real estate or bigger the world gets, the smaller and smaller it gets. I mean, we had a transaction for the Foundry 15 years ago that didn't come about. I was able to put a part of it together with the French Creek townhomes, and then just it seems such a small world. I keep running into the same people years and years later on the same similar transactions.
Speaking of the French Creek townhomes, I personally was amazed that people would camp out. This was, what, 4 or 5 years ago? Would camp out overnight. What was it about that particular development that created that kind of frenzy?
I don't know so much it was that development. It was such a product in such close proximity to the downtown. And I think of that, and I think that's the only conclusion you can make, because when I did the Renaissance Place East and West, and then shortly we're going to be doing Renaissance South, they camped out for 2.5 nights on Bridge Street in the rain to be part of that downtown. It's such, I mean, it's just a phenomenon that they want to, they're so committed to being part of such of the community that they're willing to camp out.
Has Phoenixville attracted a kind of a national stage, if you will? Has it become a national stage for this kind of development, other than the fact that it was picked as one of the 100 best places to live in the United States?
Not sure it's gone national yet. I do know it's gone regional. I get a lot of calls from time to time and saying, how did you do it? And it comes back to the sense of community, sense of belonging to something, sense of buying into something more than sticks and bricks, as I said.
Okay. Well, Joe, thanks very much. It's been very educational, and thanks for giving us the benefit of your background and expertise.
Thank you very much for having me.
I certainly understand a lot more about the real estate market in Phoenixville, so thanks very much.
Thank you very much for having me.
And thank you for tuning in to Poking Around Phoenixville. It's been our pleasure to bring you this show on the real estate market in Phoenixville. I'd like to thank our Phantom TV team who put the show on the air for you today. Our show was produced by Pat Hagerman, and it was directed by Art Carucci and Tom Ramsey. Our sponsor, as always, has been the Phoenixville Federal Bank and Trust, the true leaders in community banking. I'm Lou Beccaria, and remember, play nice and be kind to each other. I'll look forward to seeing you around town. Take care, everybody.